Hiya.
Hey.
Hello, we're back.
We're back. Back again.
How are you? Did you miss us? Did you miss us?
They just mess us.
No.
No, they just not even know where
Well,
we're
I'll tell
going.
you what. We missed you.
We did.
And we missed each other.
We did.
Like our wee Word Up fam, where we're all like, displaced
beds.
there. But yes, thank you so much for your patience. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our Patreon. Would be much obliged if you could help us keep the lights on right now. You know what I'm saying? Fucking electric's dead expensive these days.
Canvas
So it is.
sturdy and all that.
Sean's up in his prices, so he is.
Just stop eating your avocado toast and lattes.
I know.
And you'll be able to...
You don't have to stop eating them. I mean, if you can't afford, don't worry about it.
Don't be worrying about it.
But at the same time, please,
Cancel your Netflix
please do.
subscription.
Especially
Start your Word Up subscription.
I am very close to cancelling my Netflix subscription because did you know what they've just cancelled?
What?
Chaos.
Did they cancel it?
Mm-hmm.
That was brilliant.
So
It's the
good.
first thing worth watching.
That
It's
was
been
the
on that
first
in
thing
ages.
worth watching on Netflix in such a long time, and they've cancelled it.
They'll bring it back. They'll want everybody to
It'll
like
go on the
get
Amazon
behind.
or something like that. It was just so good. It was so good. If you haven't
It was
watched
too
it,
good for us.
everybody go and watch it and push a spike. Do a big spike of the viewing so the algorithm
Yeah.
goes nuts and they uncancel it because it was so good.
That's bullshit.
It's that crap.
I love that. And toward the end as well, you thought, well, they're going to have to do another
We're
one.
gonna have to, and what I loved is that, like, if you are a Greek mythology type of a person and you love all of that, which I think we did we touch upon it in one of the episodes?
We
last?
did.
Like, if you love all of that, well, then you'll see how they do it, but they do their own wee spin on it, and how they portrayed the underworld and how nothing had any taste, and they put loads
Yeah.
of salt. It's just wee things that made
Even
it
if you
real.
have absolutely no clue about Greek mythology, the thing
You'll
is,
love
it's
it.
just so enjoyable that you will go, and then you'll actually know a wee bit.
You can enjoy it on loads of different levels. As you say, if you don't know anything, it's like, this is a great drama. And if you know it, you'll see all the wee Easter eggs in the background where you'll see, like, is it like Spartanos?
Yeah,
Where there's like,
that's
the,
right.
the
All the
cereal.
wee place things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just see the way. Anyways, sorry.
Anyways.
So just watch it.
Go
But I
watch
thought
it.
that I would preface this episode with an apology.
An apology.
An apology.
A mea culpa.
Mea culpa. Mea culpa, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa.
Mea
That's
maxima
actually
culpa.
very apt. Because I wrote an article in the Irish News.
Irish news.
Irish News.
Right.
Saturday last about the fall of Catholicism. Just its dominance within like the nation of Ireland.
Irish society in general.
I in no way was poo-pooing other people's beliefs. I just genuinely was expressing my own, which
We
is still
always-
allowed the last time I checked.
We always draw a line between faith and religion on this
Yes,
podcast.
always do. But the thing is, right, the refreshingly beautiful thing was, I didn't say anything disparaging really, but I
No.
know the people who believe in transubstantiation took a real onus against me referring to the body of Christ as a tasteless wafer, right? And regardless of whether or not you believe that that is the body of Christ, I do still think.
That's how a lot of people feel about him in homes as well. But like, he's a
true.
tasteless wafer.
But the thing is, I'm not out to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. And, I was born and raised Catholic and I believe in God and all the rest of it. But do you know what I found really lovely? So many people reached out to me, more than usual, to like sort of say that they really enjoyed reading that article.
That it validated how they felt,
Yeah.
and therefore, and in return, kind of validated what you were saying.
But then obviously, equal to that, less than. But the thing is, when people are saying nice things to you, they'll come directly to me. But then if they are really insulted by it, they'll go to the editor.
Or the comments page.
Or the comments page, yeah. And there was a few people that took umbrage at me referring to that.
But sure, that's what those articles are for,
That's
isn't it?
what those are. But
Also, it's a good article because you think, like, this has struck a chord.
somebody actually put pen to paper. Pen to paper. Like
Explain.
snail mail, like stamp and everything. Which is absolutely...
I've heard of those. I'm too young.
And I am honoured that you would do that. And, very appreciative of your opinions. And, I don't want to upset anybody's beliefs. And my words should not upset your beliefs because clearly you're so strongly set in your belief toward God that, that is. And I did say at the end of the article that if I've insulted anybody, if I have, please forgive me because it's what Jesus would do. So the Christian thing there would be to,
Turn the other cheek.
turn the page, turn the other page.
Turn the other page.
But
do the crossword if you
at
don't
the
like
same
it.
time, I do think that people's responses toward religion nowadays are many and varied. There would have been a day when that would have never been printed.
It wouldn't have been allowed.
And I think that it is a beautiful thing that it was allowed, because I do think that I really love my faith in God, and God is my mate. And I always get these people that are like, God wouldn't do it. Blah, blah, blah.
Do
And
you
I'm like,
not
fuck
find,
off, what
though,
do you know
that, like,
about my God?
Obviously, coming from this wee here corner of the world,
Yeah.
like I feel that like my friends who grew up in a Catholic tradition, it's more like a culture than a strict set of beliefs.
Yes, because the Catholic faith, as said in the article, is strongly linked with feelings of Irish nationalism, because that was, the Catholics are Irish. The Irish are Catholics, and they're interchangeable, all this malarkey. And if you read the article, I had said that, then throw Wolfe and Gladstone and all Emmons into the bargain, and it's just mania.
Yeah.
So, you can still, and then look at how Ireland's, makeup is changing now, where we have Muslim Irish people.
Yeah.
We have lots of non-believers. We have anti-theists. And you can be Irish and not...
There's also like Polish flavours of Catholicism, which is different because whereas like for many people in Ireland, the church was a very staunch, monolithic, oppressive feeling, whereas for Polish people, it was their solace from the sort of the oppression of communism. So like, Catholicism here for many people was that rod across the back, whereas for Polish people during communism, it was like it was a refuge, and it has a much more
there's a different feeling.
So it's a different flavour, it's a different way, and it's a different cultural.
Yeah.
It's like
we have.
It's like the song. The Tigs have got no money. They've got their strong beliefs.
That is fucking brilliant. The pigs have got no money. They've got their strong beliefs. I love it. That's brilliant. And you know what? I do still consider myself a Tig. Like, and a Catholic. And I do thank my Catholic upbringing for my understanding of religion and of that particular religion, which made me call into question lots of different things and be able to question my faith, test it,
But do
deny
you not
it,
think that there
bring
have
it back
been like
again.
key things have happened in the past 10 to 20 years within the Catholic Church in Ireland, like things that have come to light that have made people feel like, right, we've got certain things here that are obviously, this is like a roadmap of being a good person.
Yeah.
But when it gets high up into the organisational kind of admin levels,
You're not leading from the top.
You're not. Do you know what I mean?
Anybody who's interested in the article anyway, I will provide the PDF of it in our Patreon, which I have done for a couple of things now, but I've got the full PDFs of things now that it's been released.
There's a lot of PDF files in the Catholic Church as well.
PDF.
PDF files.
Give him a fucking sticker. Give him a sticker.
Thanks for joining us this week. We're not getting any better than that.
That's us. We're peaked. We're peaked for the
That
week.
was peak. That was peak.
That was
Patrick
peaked
Sean.
like a fucking bishop
You
hat.
What we're
got
talking
the
about-
Patrick Sean in. You got the Patrick Sean in the main episode today. That was brilliant. That was
We're
so
talking about cancelling subscriptions and stuff, and
But one of the things I sort of think that you're talking about transubstantiation, and this is the thing that I can't get my head around, especially like transphobic people who are very religious. You can believe
That a wafer can turn into our Lord.
but you can't believe that a man can be a woman with a different name.
Yeah. That
Have we-
is, and it's called transubstantiation.
One to the other. Jane, have we think about it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna proselytize about it, but think about it.
Yeah, but I do believe, if
Fucking
there's anybody
Jesus
wants to have a
trans.
dialogue with me, it is a nice. I've enjoyed a few wee conversations with people who have pulled me up on a few things and have went, listen, let's talk about this. Rather than
yes.
sort of doubling down, I'm always open to people's, like opinion and for them to vent or tell me what they think, and there's been some lovely people who are just like, this is what I believe. And I'm like, that is beautiful, that you have that beautiful faith. And I wish that I sort of did, have that. But I have my own flavour.
I was hosting Lurgan Pride at the weekend, and at one point we had to go across Lurgan town.
How was that, by the way?
It was good. It was nice. It was very.
If you join the Patreon, also you shall be getting some little tidbits, little snippets from Lurgan Pride.
Lurgan Pride. We quick bits that my husband sort of did, but it was nice. It was really nice. It felt good. It was very healing to the inner child of me. That little sort of like proto-gay walking through Lurgan who had to like put up with people being shitty to me. But it was very nice. It was very like healing.
Yes.
But like at the other hand, like it's still, those people. There's those people who were that are still so. But you saying about like just having that nice conversation. I was crossing Mia Mess, God love her, a drag queen from Lurgan.
Okay.
Was wearing
Mia Mess. I love it.
She was not wearing shoes. She was wearing taxi shoes, as I would call them. They're from taxi to club, club to taxi. They were not for walking through the town.
They look really nice on your fingers, though. At the end
they were good. Walking with she's in one hand and a crate chip me up.
Yeah.
But she was walking this. I helped her. I says, listen, you are not able to carry these through the town. So me and her walked through the town of Lurgan, which was eerily quiet on a Saturday afternoon.
Right.
But this woman came over and was like, oh, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And I just knew, from the way that she was talking, I could tell that she was a kind of street preachery type person or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So, and I said, she wanted to give me a wee leaflet. And I says, listen, thank you very much, but I have my own relationship with God, and I just don't really want to get into a whole thing about who's right, who's wrong here. Because she goes, and she says, do you know what? She says, absolutely, she said. And I was really very kind of nicely taken aback about it. Yeah. But she said, listen, like we usually have like a wee, like, they've got like a wee, what would you call it? They've got like a wee thing in the middle of the town where people can come and like they do a wee bit of preaching in the middle of town.
Yes, I know where it is.
So they took theirs away. So the pride could continue.
Right,
so
that was lovely.
So that there was twofold there as well. Like on one hand, they didn't want to be seen as the rah, but on the other hand was, but like, listen,
Westboro Baptist.
God hates flags.
Yeah.
And we'll.
But the thing is, like you just said, the vibe that I'm getting off you is, I often find that with a lot of, theologians and dogma, there's a lot of hate speech in their vehemence to preach the word of God. So it's not talking about love, it's talking about the fact that God does not like certain people or God hates these people.
It's what you have to do to be good. Instead of like, because there's this person watching you, and if you don't be good, you'll not get your reward. So like being good isn't a reward of itself. Which is kind of like... It's
not really... That's like saying, well, the child didn't do that because they wanted to. They did it because you bribed them.
You said you were going to bait them if you didn't.
Yeah, and you can't really...
That's not a... I don't think that's not a philosophy
the way
for the soul.
I want to live.
No.
Either. And I still do carry a lot of Catholic guilt in terms of just like regular things throughout my day. And I'm not saying that some of that conscience isn't a good thing. I have a mad fucking conscience anyway. I mean, I will lie in bed at night and wonder whether or not I said hello to somebody with the right inflection, just in case I might have hurt their feelings. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I don't need any more of that in my life.
I do still have, like, I think it, like, in... So obviously I come from a Protestant background, and I don't necessarily classify myself as a Protestant. I always say I come from a Protestant background, and I don't say I would always classify myself as a unionist with a small u.
Oh yeah.
As a unionist.
Tell me this though. Can I ask you a question? Do you still? Because although I say that sometimes and times in my life, whenever I have been really like going through a shitty time, I have found solace in going to the chapel.
Right.
Like going to him, not necessarily even to practice.
No.
But just to be alone and to communicate with God. And I don't feel like I need to be in a chapel to do that. But I have, maybe it's conditioning, like religious condition, but I do think that there are times when I'm sitting in a chapel, whenever I'm, I'm just like, maybe it's because I got my head shard, and that's the time to go, right, okay, I fucked up, Lord, But I don't feel the need to go to confession either because, and that's a big one, because
so you're straying very close to Protestant thinking.
I know, but this is it. Well,
because we don't feel that we need to, like, we don't need an intermediary.
But this is what my dad said. I have not came to this belief due to any influence
No.
from anybody. Because if you know me well enough, you will know you can't fucking influence me one way or the other. I am a strong-minded, oppositional, defiant bastard.
You've just taken
Like-
lots of different things into your, like, the
Just
salad that is Bronagh.
Yeah,
and you've created your own.
And I still do, you know, and I have insisted, I mean, the kids go to Catholic school. To be fair, if it was mixed, if it was integrated, I would delight in sending them in there. But that's just sort of what you get. You know, where I come from, they're all... The nearest integrated school is oversubscribed.
I was going to say, are there
away.
as many integrated schools in Belfast as there are out of Belfast? Because, like, I think there's a lot of integrated schools, like, especially primary schools. I don't know if there's as many integrated secondary schools.
They're starting to try, but, I mean... And they say, like, oh, that these, you know, Catholic schools were always better because they're better funded by the church. And I look and go, why the fuck are we still handing in money every week for this, for that, for the other, for, oh, they need to fundraise for this? Why don't the government just fund the schools properly and not have to rely on any outside resources, which it doesn't look like we're getting anyway?
Like, every school should be funded and the teaching should be at the exact same level as a grammar school. Because my fear, you know, there was talk about taking grammar schools away, and my fear is that if you take a grammar school away, the other schools will not raise to that standard. The other schools will go, well, that standard's gone, and so it's okay to be the system. The system of, oh, you're not academic by the time you're 10. Well, that's okay. We'll put you in the bottom rung. We'll put you in the bottom band. We'll stick you at the back of the class, and we'll do our best to fucking edge you out by the time you're 16. And, you know, rather than, you know, I just have this whole right. So tangent use. This is, but it is a tangent and it isn't a tangent. So, Bronagh and Sean introduced me a few weeks ago to this chat AI thing. Yeah. Right. ChatGPT. And I've subscribed to it.
Have you?
ChatGPT and I chat every day.
Do you?
We do. I have like so many chats.
Is it your friend?
Well, it's like every time I have a wee thought experiment, I go, what would it be like if this happened?
It's a good therapist.
It is. It's very good. It is good for that.
It really focuses a lot of my unfocused creative
I have
thoughts.
asked ChatGPT, like, tell me to calm down and that I'm overthinking the fact that...
I've been going to meetings and I was like, tell me that I'm going to do okay in this meeting.
Yeah.
And it gives you a pep talk.
It is brilliant.
Mine's for like I have all these ideas for something, I don't know how. I do that. I can't. I know. Just got like, right. What if I had a story of like a place and if this happened and blah 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 blah, and I can't focus it, so I put it in, and then like it sort of creates a scenario. Yeah. Where I go, oh, that's what I was trying to think. Yeah. So I was like, I was just laying in bed one night, and I was like, what would an education system look like that was more bespoke to the child rather than an educational standard? And it came up with this whole 5-tiered thing from the age of 3 to 5, from 5 to 8 to 8 to 12. And it was so, I was looking, I was going, oh my God, this would be amazing. Because you could see it, you know, as the child got older, it veered off into what the child's, so you learn
special interests. And
like, so, but those special interests still need to be powered by things like science, English, maths, or language as such. So like, you know, and by the time you're 18, you're doing a special project. So your special project might be, how do I rewire an entire house? Because my interest is being an electrician. Yeah. But how would you do that? Because you need to have maths, you need to have science.
But you remember that like up until maybe, a century ago, just over a century ago, educating the masses was actually seen as like a really radical thing to do.
Absolutely.
Because they weren't allowed, it was like, well, we can't let these people vote because they're uneducated, they'd ruin the country. And then it was like, well, what if we got them all educated? And now do you think there's some wee man sitting there somewhere, like Rothschild, going, shouldn't have fucking taught them how to read.
We've done them too much. We've given them too much.
Yeah, you know, because it's harder to
But I think that's why we have things like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Love Island. Let's dumb them all down again.
It's like that Bill Hicks bit that he does. Go to sleep, America. Watch American Gladiators. Go to sleep. Don't worry about what's happening over here in Iraq. Watch American Gladiators.
It is true.
You know what I mean?
I totally agree with that. For it's a bit like, right, oh shit, like we've given people...
We become fascinated by other people's lives. And speaking of which, that segues really nicely.
That segues really into our...
Word
of the week.
Word of the week.
Word of the week.
We know. Where am I talking about?
Here's the word of the week. Here's the word of the week. Right. My name's Caleb. And this is the word of the week.
The word of the week is limerence.
Limerence.
This was kindly provided by
Limerence.
our Sean.
Limerence County, Ohio. Limerence, Ohio.
Limerence.
Limerence, Colorado.
We don't have time for none of that limerence.
Welcome to the town of Limerence.
So limerence is...
It's in his curves. That's where it is.
That's what.
It is
in his heels.
Limerence is an intense, involuntary state of being fascinated with someone. Right?
Or infatuated with someone.
Or infatuated with someone. So tell me this though. Would you say that all infatuation sort of is involuntary to begin with? Like it's just sort of like a visceral.
It's chemical, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
all attraction's chemical.
Yeah, but what if they're not even in
Initial.
the same room as you and they're just on the screen? Like Tom Hardy.
But I mean, it's chemical within you because you're looking at them and you're going,
Oh, yeah.
And like there's like whatever it is, there's something about people. But listen, this is what I kind of love about attraction, right? That like we're kind of told by society, newspapers, magazines, movies, like this is what an attractive person looks like. But ultimately, your body still doesn't listen to that. So yes, we have this conditioning, but you're attracted to who you're attracted to.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
And you're attracted to who you're attracted to, and it could be any shape,
Beauty
size.
is in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? And there was that experiment that was done about people's body odor, and this. Do you remember? Do you know I actually watched this whenever I was sitting in front of a fucking gas fire working in the Chinese one Wednesday night as like a 16-year-old, and at the time, consequently, I had a limerence with some young smelly teen that I was obsessed with who didn't know I existed. But there was this.
Where's he now?
Actually met him not long ago and went.
Oh, why was I limerincing over you?
Put it this way, I'm taller than him. I mean, if I could.
Oh,
It's like, Danny McGuckin, why don't you know I exist?
Oh, Tommy.
Danny McGuckin.
Where'd you even get Danny McGuckin?
Oh, Danny McGuckin.
Danny. Yeah.
Do you like as though we thought cloud come out of your head and there's like, going to the chapel but you're both like 12. Do you know what I mean? But you're like Bugsy Malone, you're all dressed in adults' clothes.
And you just want to be like, I want him to like know my name. Do you know what I mean? And that was, but I was sitting and there was a scientific sort of thing on where this guy, he's trying to prove like, or disprove certain theories. And they were talking about like smell and pheromones. And what he did was he had his genome sort of analysed. Then there were 10 women. They were all asked to sleep in a t-shirt. This t-shirt was then vacuum packed after they wore it.
Keep the smell in.
To keep the smell in. Then each woman in turn gave a DNA sample and had her genome processed, right? And then from 1 to 10, the computer rated who would be the better genetic match to have children with.
Who should he be
for this particular man?
Pheromonally attracted to on paper.
On paper.
Yeah.
And fascinating enough, I love to find this episode of this. Somebody might remember it. He went and he done like a smell test.
Sounds like a Channel 4 thing.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It probably was actually.
Don't know.
And he smelled individually like each one, and then he rated them from 1 to 10 as to which body odor he found preferable.
Oh, yeah.
And then whenever they looked at his results, almost to the letter, the ones that he found most preferable to least were in order with what the computer said his body, his DNA would be best matched with.
And then whenever he saw them.
Procreate. He was like, actually, do you know what? Smell's not that important. Who cares? You'll have ugly, stupid kids. Come here, Sandra.
Fucking baby reindeer comes walking in and he was like, do you know, listen, but at the end of the day, like, you don't know. There's no sense.
There's a lid for every pot, but I mean, she's not my lid.
I mean, like, you can say, man, he's a hang, like, but...
fucking... Yeah.
I'll take you on your big smelly tits as well.
I know, it's a pity you couldn't look at the t-shirts and go, that's Sean. You just outed yourself as a tit man, Sean.
Oh my word!
Sean's a complete titty man, isn't he?
I'll take you, your big smelly tits.
What's
going on a t-shirt? He did. That was visceral.
That was visceral.
That was visceral.
That is going on a t-shirt. Next to, I've tugged myself into extinction.
I tugged the lad of myself.
Right, David?
He's like, get that fella water. He smelled her tits and fucking...
Smell your tits. Have we got Sean Cam up and operating?
Not yet. No, it's in development.
Right.
It's in beta stage.
It's coming.
It's very much
Just like Sean
TransLink trying to build a new
sweaty
train.
I'll take in your big
It's an Sean, what is that on your trousers?
Sean.
We eating yogurt?
Sean. Yogurt. My granny could never say
Yogurt?
yogurt. She called it yogurt.
Yogurt?
She could never pronounce it.
My dad says yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah.
Yogurt.
You're-
That's a wee
the way-
DTR thing.
That's a wee DTR.
Yogurt?
Yeah, my dad would say yogurt as well.
We would probably say yogurt.
So-
I say
yogurt.
yogurt, but
Yogurt to me sounds like
it's an like Curtis
American. That
always
sounds
corrects
posh
us.
to me.
But do you think that we brought yogurt to America and that's why they say it like Irish people now?
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
Frozen yogurt. Oh my god, I'm totally craving a frozen yogurt.
Hey guys, after this, let's
That
go
sounds
for
like the
some
voice of a person who
froyo.
would say that.
Let's go get some froyo,
Frozen, yeah,
guys.
froyo.
You know that wee girl? I'm totally craving some sush.
Some soup.
It actually sounds like something somebody from fucking D4 would say in Dublin.
I'm totally
it does.
craving some
Jedward,
sush.
some sush.
I'm totally craving some sush.
But let's put on some RTE.
RTE.
While we do this.
Did you read Did you see that latest article on RTE of the weekend?
Those people talk like that because they've probably been punched in the mouth that many
Did you watch the
times.
Rugger?
The rugger.
Rugger. People who say that, get in the bin. Get in. Just watch the Rugger, lad.
See if you say things unironically. If you call it rugger.
I heard one doing Andrew's podcast. He had one of the fellas from Ulster Rugby in. I know he's part of the Ireland team and all as well. And he says the ones from there, he hears them saying they say something was good crack. They say it was Dynamite, like Heineken and Dynamite.
I'm going home.
Absolutely Dynamite.
That's absolutely.
No, did they say
dynamite.
it like
I'm
that?
going home.
And are they being serious?
I'm becoming
Give me
a
my
hermit.
marbles.
I'm
Fucky.
getting my marble. Give me my
Give me
ball.
marbles.
Give me my ball. I'm going home.
Yeah,
That's
he
my
wants
ball,
his
I'm going
back.
in.
Yeah.
Give me my boss my ball.
And see that there coat that
I'm
we're
going
using
in.
as a goal. Taking that too.
I'm taking aye.
That was the fucking shittest thing.
That's my ball.
When we not just fucking cracked up and went, fuck is give me a ball.
I know,
You're
give me
like,
the
what
ball
the
back.
fuck do I do now?
Yeah.
Apartment.
Or even in for
Excuse me,
dinner,
guys.
leave the ball.
Oh,
Have
fucking
to bring
leave
my
your
mummy
ball.
said have to bring the ball in. Whenever I'm having my dinner, your mummy's a dickhead.
You
Do you know what I mean?
Aye, but it's all right.
I'm getting home.
Yeah. Do you know the limerence that I am thinking of in particular? I ended up using that phrase because it was very relevant at the time. That was like the pop culture thing.
Oh, was that with you?
You guys.
You guys.
I'm going home.
Oh my God.
So I
Here you,
had
Kyle.
this- Have you ever had a limerence?
Oh God, yes. I'm trying to think because I remember it was kind of before I came out even to myself and I whenever you look back and you're like you fancied that guy.
Yeah.
Like you fancied that guy.
I asked my friend
and he-
actually
but
because
he
she
wasn't
didn't come out until she was in her 30s, and I was like, "Did you not realise that you fancied girls?" And she went, "Well, I've realised now that this is a thing that lots of people experience where I don't realise that I fancy them. I just really think I admire them and really like that person."
Well, I
And,
kind of knew. It was weird. It was almost like a kind of imagine there's a voice here talking to you and you're just ignoring it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no, that can't be what it is because that can't be what I am.
Were you ever in denial about your sexuality? Yeah.
I think I was. We're getting really deep about it. I think it was it was a self confidence thing.
Yeah.
Where I felt like
I'll cross that bridge whenever I want to come.
I'll cross that bridge whenever I come over it. But but I think I had a self confidence thing where I felt like straight or gay or bi or pan or whatever. But it was just straight gay or bi in those days. You didn't have all these different.
Regardless of where you didn't like yourself.
Really, I didn't like myself, so I thought there's nobody's gonna like me.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter. Do you know what I mean? So it didn't matter what it was just better.
And
for
then
me.
you realised you were fucking fabulous.
Maybe.
Actually.
But I think it's still an ongoing. Do you find it's an ongoing process of having a limerence for yourself?
Yeah, you fall in and out of love with yourself. depending on your
It's
latest
having that
performance.
sort of there's days you go.
I don't even get limerences with myself because I don't feel as though another thing being raised where you're like, oh, vanity is a sin and this and that. I remember people, it was an uncle was like, fucking looking, it's not vanity, it's insecurity, right? I'm looking in the mirror to determine which parts of my face are unacceptable for society today that I can cover with
I'm not
fucking
looking in the mirror
plastic.
loving myself. I'm looking in the
Yeah.
mirror hating myself.
Yeah.
It's like hate watching a program. Do you ever watch clips of Piers Morgan?
Just so you can go,
I fucking hate him. Do you know what I mean?
Me
You're not
watching Man United
Man United.
on
Yeah.
a Sunday and I go, fuck, I hope they get beat.
It's a hate watch. And that's why you're looking in the mirror. It's because I'm looking in the mirror going, why am I so ugly? Do you know what I mean? Like, why am I doing this? How do I leave the house every day?
You need to start thinking nicely about yourself. Like, I was talking to somebody about this recently, Breege, and she was saying, like, no, because...
Breach over troubled waters.
Breach over troubled waters, yeah. I'll lay me down. But you know, she was saying, we were talking about, like, if your mate was to turn around, if somebody said that about your friend, you would be so pissed off at them. But then you're going to say stuff like that about yourself.
Why
You know
can't
what I
you
mean?
be a friend to yourself?
yourself.
Why do you not deserve
Because your brain
that?
listens, right? And I know this is mad. We're basically just walking about. We're brains walking about in big skin,
Big meat
fucking
suits.
meat suits. And it's my brain talking to you right now.
Because you go like you say, oh, I need.
Looking like
you
this.
look. You see with your eyes. You don't see with your eyes. You see with your brain.
Yeah,
The information
that's
goes
true.
to your brain.
Yeah,
Everything that you see is technically really a hallucination because
Yeah.
you're taking light and signals and everything from the outside world, and then your brain
It's
is
processing it.
making it into a thing.
Stop it! I'm going to have a panic attack. We're getting like I think about things too much, and then I'm like, all life is useless. What is the point? But I get what you're saying, absolutely. Like, and it's fucking fascinating, you know. And you just do have to fall in and out of. You have to try and love yourself a wee bit more.
I try to sort of like look a wee bit more at well, like if you're so rubbish, how could you have done this? How could you have done that? If you're so rubbish,
Yeah.
if you're so, or like this person that you love loves you back, and that's like either Alan or my friends. If they love you back, like you love them and you
Is
think
it
they're
Matt Haig's
brilliant.
book is called Depression is a Liar.
Depression is a liar.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fact.
a really good book.
But if
yeah.
those people who are so amazing love you back, well, then there must be something all right about you. At the very least, you're not totally crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
That's as
limerences,
best as I can get. That's the best I can get is like not totally crap.
yeah, I get like that, but then we need to work on that.
Yeah.
We'll text each other every
We'll
day. and
text
be
each other
like, "We're amazing."
affirmations.
Yeah. Do you know I've started listening to this? I don't know. It was just catchy. It was a beat, right? And it's this wee, speak from the heart, and people will listen. Be who you are. You don't need permission. Earth is improved because you are different, right?
Permission neither desired nor required.
But it's like a wee song, and I've just started putting it on and being like, yeah.
Talk about good wee beats. I know we did do a wee shout out whenever it was released, but Search Party's Cave is an absolute bop. It's on my
Bopper.
Spotify. It is on my Spotify. Like
October,
it comes up on
November 15th
Yeah.
day before my
in
birthday,
the Empire.
Day before my birthday also.
which we found out.
I know, that's
It's not
unbelievable.
madness.
It can be our birthday party.
It can be our birthday
Our
party.
collective
That's
birthday
amazing
party.
because I have to say, I have a gig that earlier on in the day, but I am planning to drive straight from the gig,
What day? It's
which is
Friday.
only
It's a
it's in
Friday.
Belfast.
Our
I'm going to
birthday.
drive
Our
straight from the
birthday's on
gig
Saturday this year.
and down to the Empire. So your birthday's on Saturday.
As a Cave is on my Spotify.
If you want to join us, come down to the Empire Music Hall Friday the 15th of November and party it out.
I
for
have it
Sean
all
and
like
David's
that. I have
birthday.
like your chorus of that song as like a kind of like in my head. I have like it's the opening it's like the opening credit sequence to like a 90s style sitcom. Like, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? And like they're throwing themselves down on sofas and all. Do you like in that there? And like it's all.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know what I
Oh,
mean?
it reverbs out. You know, at the end of it. What's the point? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
It's like freeze
yeah.
frame on them. Like
We need to make that and be like, can we do
I
the
think
music
this
video?
would be this would be like a perfect, or do you know like at the beginning? Have you ever seen like the very beginning of Cruel Intentions? And it's sucker love and na 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 na, and it's like Placebo. And I was going, you could totally take that Placebo song out, put Cave in, and it would be the same vibe.
Vibes.
It would be the same,
Yeah.
which like as a 90s child, that is a
See the
massive
way you
compliment.
Yes. I was just talking about Placebo yesterday too.
If I'm saying to you that you're listening and me the same
The same vibe then, that's a
vibe
good
as
thing.
Placebo,
I
I'm
love
giving
that.
you big love.
see when you first opened by saying, I am loving Search Party's Cave. It was like, you know, like a teen, like
What do you call
Just
it?
a
Limerence
What do you
for
call that
like,
wee girl,
I
Sophia
am
Rose?
so down with the search party these days.
What do you call the wee girl who's like, run, don't walk to Duns for this headband.
yeah, I know, John.
Top from Duns,
Yeah.
leggings are from Duns. So I think her name's Sophia. Is it Sophia Rose?
I
Is it
don't
Sophia
know.
something like that? There's Sophia Rose for Taoiseach. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like Sophia Rose, it's like, you know, because she has passion.
Yeah.
And she knows she's working class. She gets everything out
I
of
love
Duns.
that.
So she knows how to make a budget go far.
Yeah.
So I just think that she should be Taoiseach. She should be
That's
Taoiseach of Ireland, get away from the conservatism.
But you were saying it, no, like,
Yes.
saying like, this is a new hot thing.
Yeah.
If you're not listening to Search Party.
Yeah, who even
guys,
are you? Where the fuck you at?
This week, I am basically loving denim. I am loving bubblegum and Search Party's cave.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
we
my
have
mood
like,
board for August.
but it's just blatant payola, and I have like fuck loads of money to get all these presenters to the
Yeah, I
love
do.
it.
But no, but I genuine. It's this whatever. Like I
It's
just
a
have
bop.
it on in the car,
It is a bop. It is
and
a
it's like
bop.
because I have my set. I mostly
Check the
listen
show
to music.
notes for a link to the song.
I used to see
And the
that there.
tickets.
It reminds me of where I worked in. I worked in Gap. Fall into the Gap. I worked in the Gap in Scotland.
You love telling us you worked in the Gap. I think he's really proud.
I
of the
felt
fact
a
you
wee
worked
bit.
in the Gap.
I felt a wee bit swanky and sexy.
Did you?
when I looked at
Were you
Gap.
like, I got a job in the Gap?
I did.
Because there was that thing where it was like you had to look the right way and all to work in Gap.
Which I didn't. I don't know. I have coasted on this personality for a very long time. I have coasted on being a cheeky fucker for like a long time. But
His charmed your way
this
into
charm,
this.
well, it's not even charm, it's just chick.
Yeah.
It's pure chick, CHICK. Chick.
Check.
He's a chicky
check of
bat.
him?
He's a chicky bat. Check it on.
Yeah, check it on,
Check it
bastard.
on. But I worked. Where was I telling you? Yes. So whenever you worked in Gap, whenever you started your shift, the manager would take you, and you would have a 1 minute meeting. So it was like
So American.
so American, and it was like 1 minute meetings, and it was you would have like our OMMs, and then they would do and it was this was always.
You're just standing there going,
I don't want to work here anymore. But it was but it was so American, and it was always this format where it would be like this is what we got. Yes, this is what we made yesterday. This is what we're.
oh, they
make
did that in
today.
TK Maxx as well.
And then it was always.
This is our target for today, and you're going, whose target?
Target.
I'm not getting to take home
I
any of
don't
that.
give a shit.
Nobody gives a fuck.
No.
There's wee babies working in Mongolia right now, stitching them fucking booties together. Can't even wear a pair themselves.
They're
You
fuck-
want me to get out there and fucking sell them,
They're
Cinder?
stitching them faster than we can fucking sell them because they're shite.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Did you see that, like, inside, was it Gap or was it, like, inside one of the clothing articles, it had a wee, somebody had
Do you
Help Me.
remember that no logo came out? Was it Naomi Klein wrote that no logo, and it was that whole thing where it was like all of the compliance around the world, like that. Basically, this, how the sweatshops. And a week later, we in Gap we had to watch these videos about compliance, and so you saw a girl in a hijab with makeup that was obviously not hers.
Yeah.
She was like sort of like in whatever country it was, and she's like, I love working. For
Like
the
a fucking,
factory.
like one of those videos of somebody being held hostage.
Sean right now is like miming holding a gun at said woman's family.
Just holding up today's newspaper, like, please continue to buy £40 t-shirt.
I know, yes. But we had, at the beginning, little baby
We beat
baby
a sweat
Carl,
just
it's
dropping
not-
down the side of her face as she's talking.
She's like,
We are bastards.
no, but it was so true. It was so weird. It was so weird. And then the girl, like, so we had to watch this. But like, yeah, Gap, you had like, so it was 1 minute meetings, and then you would sort of go. But it would be like, today we're all about khaki. Today we're all about kids knits. Knitwear.
Really? I just got instantly went.
I thought it was as I was saying it, I was like,
Kids knits.
his knits, but he didn't get it off my chain.
Fuck off. No, his knits are expensive. Knits, he got them in the Gap. Oh, really?
Oh, why?
And we bougie kids buy their ginger.
I remember a girl came in once, God love her. She'd lost like a whole rake of weight, and she wanted to buy herself like a nice couple. Because Gap jeans, whenever I worked there, were not far off a Levi. They were quite good. Not good, just feeding back.
Must confess, my birthday present for like my 14th was, oh my God, this is so teeny bopper.
Gap jeans?
No, the Gap dungarees were all in.
Oh, wow.
I had the Gap dungarees, the baby blue Gap t-shirt that had pink diamantes on it with the Gap. And I thought I was a fucking
The shit.
raid. Right? I thought I was powerful. We spatty fucking ugly thing.
We had to fold those
Absolutely
hoodies like so that it said Gap. So you
sitting
had to
on.
like, you had to fold them next one around. Next
Oh,
around a
so
wee
that
bit.
the whole thing said
said
Gap?
Gap on the shelf.
Yeah.
And
no.
then I remember this guy, the manager's name was Gary.
Gary
and
from the Gap.
Gary, and
I'm just Gary
he was
from
from
the Gap.
Newcastle, and he was like, David, you're talking too much, and that's the end of it. And I remember thought, I'm folding t-shirts,
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
Get out of my face.
It's hardly the most mentally taxing job in the fucking world. I can chew gum and walk
I can
at the
chew
same
gum
time.
walk at the same time.
Yeah.
That's all you got, lady. 2 left feet and ugly shoes.
I love that.
you know,
and it's
like-
only whenever you grow up and you realise that she was a bit of a dick for saying that to that woman.
Oh no, that one was being a dick.
No, she was just asking for like a number. See if you go
No, but
back and watch it, you're like, she was
Oh
only
no,
asking.
no, but she was asking. But she was like, she was doing it in such a way that she was like going like, "You're not a proper."
We're talking about Aaron Brockovich, by the way.
as played by Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
In the Oscar-winning performance of Julia Roberts.
Do you know, speaking of Limerence, whenever you're talking about movies, sorry, just bringing it back.
I love Limerence. I just love poetry in general.
Limerence, oh yeah. You know, we're known for it over here.
The town of Limerence.
I used to have this Limerence as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to sound really tragic, right?
Right.
And I don't mean it to be. I'm not like, get your wee tiny vowel in it. Hold on. This wee vowel in box, right? No, it's too big, right?
Okay.
But whenever I was
tuned.
whenever it needs tuned.
Your wee
Whenever-
balance, right? Jay.
I was a child and I watched anything with a really good looking man in it, or like something that, because
You've
I was
said
too
this
young
before.
to feel attracted to them.
Uh-huh.
I used to go, have I said this on here before?
Yeah.
See, you know my trauma anyway. I used to think to myself, I wish he was my daddy.
Oh.
So I used to like go into my wee inner world.
Nah, it's still what you say,
We're-
but it's like,
No,
it's
but
got
I don't
different
need
connotations.
different. I want to call you daddy.
I want you to be my daddy.
Yeah, I say that about Tom Hardy still, but not in the way I used to mean it.
I don't know. I think people look at me and I don't. I think people go, "Oh, he's obviously they have the preconceived notion, their idea in their head of like what role I would play in like a thing." But whenever I look at Tom Hardy, I think I'd throw you about.
I claim him like a tree.
Do you know what I mean? Like it would be me knocking him about, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He would. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know,
like
and see
I think I'm more the.
another thing that you say about like attraction, which is mental, because I know people see him and stuff, and he's done a few things where he looks well, like polished.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought he was really handsome whenever I was watching Wuthering Heights, because obviously
When
I've
he was
probably talked
Heathcliff.
about this before. He was Heathcliff, and I was and he's not a conventionally good-looking guy in terms of like, you know, the way you get your sort of.
He's not. He wasn't rugged back then. He was more pretty.
But I don't even think. But he's not. He doesn't have like a symmetrical, like all symmetry, and he's not. And his teeth aren't perfect Hollywood teeth.
Oh no, I love him. Perfect
And
teeth.
I just
Like,
think
no,
that
I'm not
he has
talking like-
character.
I'm not talking like a.
Like I
teeth.
just think he's a handsome man.
Like
And
a,
the older
like a
he's got,
Belfast
the
estate in
better
troubles.
he's got.
Like, I'm not talking about that.
You
I'm
know?
talking about like I like a wee, like Marty Pallow. Marty Pallow.
Well, I have a
was
wee
so-
buckle in my teeth.
I like.
All our ones have that.
I like.
It used to be straight until it
mine-
was about till my wisdom teeth came in, then it
mine-
fucking turned on me.
Mine's
Literally.
mine's on the other side. That one there.
Is
That
it?
one there, straight and that one's not.
Nothing about me straight.
Anyways, let's get one thing straight and two things gay. There was
I love it.
but like Marty Pallow back in the day, back in the wet days.
Oh my
Even
God.
but before he had the long hair, I didn't like the long hair.
Hold on, is Marty Pello not the one that we're not allowed to like because he said he wanted to put all Catholics in a church and burn them?
Oh, did I?
Yeah. My ma told me I wasn't allowed to like
didn't
him.
do
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't told all that. I was just told I wasn't allowed to like wet.
It's not allowed.
But
He was good looking and he had like his teeth were a wee bit fangy, like he had these fangy teeth. And then something happened. Whenever we say something happened, he became a drug addict. And then he got his teeth fixed,
Oh.
and it just didn't look
And then,
nice.
do you ever see that whenever you see, like, it's going to sound terrible, but somebody's got their teeth fixed and you're like, no, actually, you were more handsome with your teeth like that because now it just looks like your face is fucked and your teeth are perfect, so you know there's something not right.
Something wrong with you.
Yeah.
But like two perfect teeth, like perfect teeth look like dentures, and who needs dentures?
Yeah.
Elderly people.
Yeah. Like, do you know, I've seen a few young girls going about and they've got turkey teeth and I'm going, it actually looks like you have a set of dentures in. That is not.
Although, like I saw, there's a girl I know, and her teeth.
Some of them are done brilliantly.
So good.
But I think the
so
cheap
good.
ones are just like, they're not actually clipping in individual teeth. It's like clipping in a plate crown.
See, in terms of Limerence,
Limerence.
you also perceive it as like not necessarily a romantic, like
Yes.
infatuation. Maybe like just say like in terms of like an entertainer.
Oh yeah, like
Or
you can
like
get limerence with a
that-
song. Do
that
you ever
you
get
just-
a song that you, don't
can't get
wanna
enough.
Like?
You can't get enough of it. You know what I mean?
Or
You
a-
can't
or a
you can't stop
or a-
watching it.
Or a
Oh,
friend.
yes.
Or a friend.
Our friend,
Do you
yeah,
like a
you
person
just
who, but
can't-
like, I'm not entertaining any kind of sexual or romantic kind of feelings about you, but I just love being in your company and I think about you whenever you're
Yeah.
not with me.
Yes, or it can be like, because we're talking about involuntary feelings
Mm.
that are also like you're fascinated. It can be somebody really like that. It's almost like car crash TV. Like,
Oh, you can't take your eyes off it,
like
but
a
it's
certain
like
certain Ms. Shankle. Do you know what I mean? And you're like,
I think we have
don't know why.
a collective limerence in
I
this
keep-
part of the world with that person.
Look, I stopped. I actually cut it out, like blocked her. Not because she has done anything on me, but I just feel as though it's emotional pornography.
Are we?
And I feel like I'm watching a slow motion car crash.
Are we being implicit in
Yeah.
building in do you know like a grotesquerie? Do you know like
Circus act.
Circus
You're
act?
sneaking into the freak show and you're not even paying.
And you're
Do you know what I mean? You're not even
dehumanising
paying the
a
freaks.
person who obviously has.
Sorry, I just
issues.
referred to them as freaks, and you're like dehumanizing. I'm like,
There is a lot of-
other freaks.
There is a load of that here, though, that there's like, we're blessed with a lot of colourful characters, and like, but
Well, there was
a lot of
one
people
recently on the
explode it.
thing that we were talking
as my granny
about.
would say, just because you are a character doesn't mean you have any.
There was a woman who, and people might know who this woman is, but within the Donegal Road, Sandy Row area, there was a woman, and that's their name, but if you live there or be about, you'll know who I'm talking about, and she feeds the birds.
Oh, frig, this killed me.
£10
This
a bag.
absolutely
And
killed
she
me.
goes and buys big, massive bags of, not now, but like she was trying to like,
I happened to send David.
yes.
I happened to send David a news article about said person, not expecting him to have a clue who she was IRL in real life, and because I just found the headline really, really entertaining,
mad.
and it was like
What was it again? Woman arrested for attacking police with bottle of milk.
over baby seagull ordeal.
And then like the subheading was attacked police with bottle of milk, with pint of milk and brush shaft.
But whenever I read that,
brush
I
handle.
read baby reindeer. So I was,
Oh.
and then whenever I clicked into it, I was like, well, it wasn't wrong, you know.
No.
And then baby reindeer had a limerence. That woman had a limerence with him,
That was
and
like a
ironically,
super
and that's kind of a
toxic.
Dr. Jekyll and Hyde thing, because we're referring to, or Frankenstein's monster. You know the way we refer to the monster as Frankenstein.
Aye, it's not. He's
It's not. She isn't the baby reindeer. He was the baby reindeer, but we refer to a woman who carries on with a limerence like that as baby reindeer. So this, I sent it to David and was like, "Where do you hear it? Where do you see that? Get a load of this."
Get a lot of
And I sent it to him and he was like, "Yeah, I know her. She used to be outside the
lived
cafe all the time."
So near where my husband's cafe was in Donegal Road, she lived close by, but she did that all the time. Like there was once we used to
It
knew.
was just she attacked the police this time,
She
was
attacked
it?
the police. Well, she was one day like I was talking.
You hit
to
the wrong person.
She was talking to the I was talking to the guy who did like security in the place where she lived, and she got a bit of an idea of the type of place where she lived.
Oh, right, yes.
So there's like not security or like he was like a door personnel.
Yeah.
But she just walked in with a seagull under her arm one day. Like she just happy as you like walked in
Oh,
with
yeah,
a
because
seagull
you
under her
seen
arm.
that I had written underneath it that bird needs her loaf examined.
Yeah.
And she hit them with a loaf.
Hit me with a
She
loaf.
hit them with a loaf.
Hit them with a loaf.
Hit me with your bread shaft. Yeah, she
Hit me with your pretzel stick. Hit me hard and hit me
oh my
quick.
God, yeah.
Um,
So it was a
So
bread.
she thought, but the word on the street was that she feels intuitively that one of those seagulls, it's just that she can't work out which one, is the reincarnation of her boyfriend.
Okay.
So she's trying but one day I remember.
Did he go out to sea and never come home?
We didn't know to see.
And she's like, that's him.
And,
It's back.
and then she went to see.
He used to steal her chips.
Stop it. You used to steal her chips. She could chat on one too many a time.
He'd sit watching her through the window, watching her eat her McDonald's.
one eye
Like
on her.
but
What the seagull say before it came into a cliff?
What?
Fuck! You will never hear a seagull again without hearing them saying
I
fuck.
just think that's so cross.
I hate
Yeah.
seagulls.
Do you?
You really
Right,
I
I
don't
seagull
use-
there.
I don't-
Seagull with glasses on.
I don't often use the word hate,
Don't often use the word hate, but
but I hate seagulls.
Why?
how do you say hate in Irish? Because I just learned how to say
Fur.
fur. So would you say ish fur liam?
why
Law is for them aid. Like if you're saying them in that context.
So it's like
Aid.
hate's like a
It's
such
Fulham.
hate is such a fulham, like the
Fulham.
fulham
It's
self.
for, it's for them aid.
It's Fulham. Yeah.
I have hate for them.
Oh, so it's away from you.
Yeah.
I have hate for them. Not even that you're putting your hate on them.
You just have hate
But
for
you
them.
have hate for
I
them.
have hate for them.
Yeah.
Because is it like I like? Is it is?
Ismailum. Like
Ismailum. I have liking for this. Has liking to me.
Yeah, I have a liking for that.
Has a liking for that. No, but the reason I said is because hate is such a strong word. There's not very many.
My ma always. That's an Catholic thing. My ma used to go, "Don't hate anybody. That's a sin. You just really dislike some
My
people."
granny used to say that to me though as well.
I know. That's what I mean. It's a Christian thing then. But then you're like.
But we were poor, so we may as well have been Catholic.
No, I hate
I'm just
them.
saying.
Skint.
We were skinty McGinty's,
Yeah,
so
bless you.
we may as well. Do you know what I mean?
My
granny used to go to mass just to get warm. Do you know what I mean?
Just to sit round.
Just to get something to eat.
I used to work on.
You get bread though, actual bread, don't you? Or does Church of Ireland do the wee host? Do you do the wee?
I was never confirmed, so I never.
Right.
I never got a.
Oh, do you want to get it once you're confirmed?
So
you don't do a communion?
Confirmed. You do communion once a month, but you only get communion once you've been confirmed.
That's fucking weird.
That's
mad.
fascinating.
I mean, it's not weird at all. It's just different.
It's all weird. It's all
It
fucking
is all
weird.
weird.
Like, what's the fucking
It's
rules?
performative.
But sorry, phoned my ma.
Phoned your ma.
What's
Seagulls?
Sean's phoned his ma. Seagulls. Why do
So
you
why
hate
do
them
you
so
hate them?
much?
Because you used to work on the roofs with my dad.
Oh, that's
Seagulls
valid.
get big, don't
That's
they?
valid. You could
They
have probably.
get big.
You could jump on the back of a seagull and it would take you into town. Like.
It's like a griffin. Absolutely. We
I
were in
can't-
Scotland, sir, and there were seagulls wandering about the same size as the child, and he was trying to catch him, and I was like, see if he gets on the back of one of them, it'll fucking take
seagulls-
off.
Like Gandalf.
The seagulls going up and down the fucking promenade trying to get you onto one of them hop on, hop off bus things. You're going to say, come on.
So you just, we
They just abused
feared
Wouldn't
it.
me.
down on you.
Yeah, they didn't like you working on the roofs at all.
and they're like, what the fuck are you doing up
We
here?
had wee
Stay in the
starlings.
ground.
It's our
know,
fucking turf.
Aye.
We used to have a starling nest in our garden when we lived in Newton Ards, and you would go out into the back garden and the mommy and daddy would just attack you. So it took us a while to work out what the fuck's going on, and then we would look in the garage and there was a wee starling's nest just up in the corner.
That's adorable.
It was lovely, but they kept fucking attacking us. Like, I have no interest in your children. Fuck off.
Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
There was the worst time ever. Well, we're working on.
And then a starlinophile.
There was this
Breedophile.
fucking what do you call it? Like big industrial unit on the Boucher Road, and
That's what Baby Reindeer was, big industrial unit.
Yes.
no, he wasn't, but
Launch
Marfa.
of that.
He wasn't, but Marfa was.
Very, very good. I would take half from Marfa.
Marfa.
And see that it was a massive big leather, and it was like, it would sway in the fucking wind and all, you know, and climbing up it was fucking fear-inducing as it was.
Even you talking about that actually has my arse going like 5p, 10p, 5p, 10p.
But you'd have like,
Sorry, but I just got the most visceral image in my head of an arsehole contracting and dilating. Thank
gonna
you
do
for
a
that.
20 piece, but
Yeah. Be more like a
I could
20
do a
piece.
comma-
It's not
I could-
entirely
I
circular.
could do a Princess Diana commemorative £5 coin as well.
You size queen.
Depends what time of the night.
Oh my god, I love it. You fucking killed me.
and
We should miss more weeks. There's so much to
There's
catch
more
up.
to get.
I would have a hard hat on.
Ooh. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Now you're
Tell me
talking.
more.
Now you're talking my language, Danny
Yeah.
McGugan.
And you would and you would just hear "Whoop," and then bum 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 whacking the fucking
They would actually like clatter on your wee helmet.
hit it.
Was on his
no.
helmet. Oh no!
God, he'd have a tribunal because there was this bird was battering on his helmet.
And then he hit him on the head as well.
On his head.
Too much bake.
Too much bake.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What are you doing, them pigeons?
Look at her bake.
So bastards. I genuinely thought sometimes I was going to fucking
I have
die.
a friend who is deathly afraid of birds. Like
Ornithobia?
She is ornophobia. She is ornophobic. But it is. She hasn't gotten a lot better. But I remember as well at university. So at uni, like first year, we lived in halls of residence, and the halls like with like sort of like towers really, and we were quite high up, so we could see the roofs of all the roofs of the other ones. And she saw ducks on the roof, and she was like, "How did they get up there?" And you know, whenever somebody says something that you're like, I'm questioning myself now. Like she says that ducks can have I been thinking my life that ducks can fly all this time and they can't? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was really like, I was like that.
It's chickens
You're
don't
about
fly.
the answer.
Chickens that don't fly. I just think are fucking lazy. I think a chicken could fly if you put a gun to
They
its head.
can.
Like,
They can do a wee bit of falling with stay.
I'd fallen with that.
Yeah.
But it was just, I was like, because I was just about to go, don't be silly, they can fly. And I was thinking,
Yeah,
no,
you're
obviously
second
no.
guessing yourself.
I must be wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody, that can't be a mistake that people
Yeah.
make. I must have have this.
Yeah.
I must have, you know what, all those episodes of Daffy Duck when he was
Again,
like,
if you were just raised with any semblance of like self-belief and loving yourself, you might not have thought
I
that.
She
wouldn't
was
have had that.
gaslighting you
She
into
was
thinking
she was
ducks
fucking
couldn't
gaslighting
fly.
me. She's no good friend of me at all.
Yeah.
She was just complaining.
Right, anyway, so the ducks.
Oh, I
So
suppose
did
she
you
just
say
got-
to her?
but she-
Did she shit herself when she realised ducks can fly?
She became a primary school teacher.
That's all I can do to you.
That's what I can.
It does. It was all downhill from
She
there.
was so traumatized. She became
Yeah.
a primary school teacher.
Just thought, I don't want to be a CEO of a multi-million-pound company anymore because that means I'll be working up high in a tower somewhere, maybe in the
Exactly.
shard where the birds are.
Yeah. A couple get in the window
I
like
want
that.
to work in a one-story primary school.
I want to work on shape
But
prisoners.
no, that means they only tell one story because they've only got one book. They're skint. Catholic Church doesn't fund
That's the
them.
one I got. That's a Ronald McDonald story that somebody got free in a Happy Meal.
That was my wee Irish language school.
Yeah,
There's about 4 books written in Irish.
that's right. Yeah, 4 books. It's brilliant.
Today's story is sponsored by PricewaterhouseCooper. It's
She's in a primary school, a wee integrated primary school somewhere, telling all these kids that ducks can't fly. They're going,
ducks can't
"Let's get
fly."
ducks fly. No, fucking can't.
And the opposite. She's telling every child as soon as they come in the door. Now, you know what? I just want to let you know, just in case you don't know this and you don't have this fear already. Ducks can fly.
Just so you know, birds are the souls of the unbaptized.
See the way 3
Come
little
back to
ducks
life.
went swimming one day? They flew away.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
The ma lost
fucked
them.
off.
The ma lost them, and she got
Yeah.
sent to prison.
Oh my god, yeah. So anyway,
Got the ducks taken over.
So
Fuck
my
a
ma-
seagulls, fuck a ducks,
Fuck
anyone
it
else?
No, that's what I said. Because then she became a primary school teacher, and I thought, fuck, the future of our young
Is
is
entirely.
in jeopardy. I love her
Well,
though.
she can say it if anything else she'll learn.
If she's
Something
listening to
at
this, I'm not going to
university.
name her, but I love you. I still love you.
Still loves you, even
I
though.
do love you. I've
But
got
you know
deep,
what?
deep
See if
love
you
for
see her, you'll have to duck.
She's an angry bird.
Yeah, she's not. Birds of a feather stick
Birds
together.
of a fa. Birds of a fa.
Yeah,
As we
birds
would-
of a fa.
As we would say in Bronagh,
Yeah.
birds of a fa. Stick
Yeah.
together.
Oh my god, you'll be tatty bread.
Tatty bread.
Tatty bread if she does see you again.
There's a doornail.
Oh Jesus. What, we're going to do your swear down?
We'll do our swear down. Right, we'll do our swear down.
Sean, are you ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Sean's lost the remote. Do you ever beat are you sitting on the remote charge and you just feel like I get out the front doors with Jerry?
Are you sitting on the remote? Like, how much feeling do you think I don't have in my ass?
Yeah.
Do you think I wouldn't feel, what I call it?
Maybe not. You mean if you're doing a fucking £5 coin?
I don't know.
It might have went up there.
I try to explain to people that I am.
You know what I mean?
I'm the
He's
postman.
getting his hole one night and fucking Sky News comes on. You know what I mean?
I'm
He's
the
like, oh right, I didn't have the remote, mate. Sorry.
I'm the postman, not the letterbox. I'm just
Yeah, see where you're in the toilet there? Where do you tape these
Postman
sanders
still
for me?
needs to get his mail though, doesn't he? The postman. Who gives the postman his letters in?
Maybe he just likes putting things in people's
I
hands.
always used to wonder,
Maybe he
like,
picks up his own stuff.
my
He does his own
brother,
deliveries.
my brother-in-law was a barber, and I used to go, "Who cuts his hair?"
Who watches the
I always
Watchman?
think, who does the dentist's teeth? They're bound to be terrified of the dentist because they know what happens.
Do you remember
Do you know what I
whenever we
mean?
were?
They see it
in-
all, so they
remember
can't
we
even
were-
go somewhere else in their head. They know what they're doing whenever they're doing a fucking root extraction.
Remember whenever you were doing your tour and it was in Derry and it was in the brickworks and there was a girl who was a dental nurse in the audience and I asked her and I says to her because the girl before her was a GP and I says to her like what's the weirdest thing
You pulled out of anyone?
you've pulled out of somebody's ass? No, specifically out of someone's ass. I just always think like if you've got a doctor or that you'd ask them those questions.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
You always do.
You have to go to the weirdest thing. I said, what's she said? So the GP says the weirdest thing she'd pulled out of somebody's ass was a jar of Nescafe.
A jar Nescafe, that's
Do you remember?
right.
And then we were all
He's
like,
probably trying to give himself a colonic irrigation.
it was like, you need to have, but then remember we were all asking like,
Forgot to take it out of
was
the
the
jar.
lid on it? Was there any coffee still on it?
Yeah,
like,
we
do you know what I mean?
started
Like,
asking
is it-
weird
you know, like,
questions, didn't we?
So then the dental nurse, remember she said the weirdest thing.
Was it a
she's
latte
ever-
or cappuccino?
Was it a latte cappuccino? Was it decaf?
Yeah. I mean, was it Nescafe or was it like Tesco's own brand?
Yeah, like what
like,
we're
'cause the
talking-
Nescafe
Mallow Bird?
score.
I would say, yes, the Tesco, like, what do you call that one?
Maxwell House.
Mellow House, Mellow Birds.
Mellow
I think
Birds.
that's easier to get up your bum because it's circular.
Like, and it's smaller as well.
And I would imagine like Nescafe one be a bit like you'd need to do a bit of a because it's like if you're literally
it would be like one of those wee games that kids get where you hammer the shapes into the
you're
into
you're literally
box.
putting a square peg into a
round
hole. You're
Lich.
doing that. You're lich. But
fuck.
so then the girl who was the dental nurse, I says, "What's the most rotten mouth you've ever seen?" She says, "One time we were cleaning a person's teeth,
Listen to this, Sean.
and they had a toenail stuck between their teeth."
No, there was worse.
What did she say?
There was a pube.
Oh, there was a.
The pubic hair.
I'm gonna be honest.
You can get the pubic hair.
I get the pubic hair, and I do get the pubic hairs. That's why you have to
because
check.
you might be the delivery guy, but you also have to
Get a bit of mouth service. Do a bit of mouth deep.
Don't we all? No.
Do you mean?
According to my mummy.
Do you
no,
not?
Nobody does. Nobody. Here she was. She says,
You can't have any unwanted pregnancies if you're swallowing it.
exactly. Do you know what I mean? Up a fanny, your mummy's
There's
a granny.
worse things I could do. But yeah, so but the pube, I could forgive a pube for every bit like.
I don't know. I mean, do you not fucking look? I mean, everybody, even the
say-
tramps scrub their teeth before the dentist.
If they've got them.
Then whenever I was talking, if they've got them.
Wouldn't begrudge a pube.
You know,
So the toenail.
the toenail turns my guts more because if you're.
How
'cause
did you know it was a toenaal, not a nail? She must have
It
been.
must have been a big, like clawy one. Like owl doll ones that like. You know what I'm talking about?
I
You know the ones that like you have to.
apologise
You know like the ones you have to.
to
wear,
anyone
like,
listening to his
You like you have to use like a fucking sander to get them down. Do you know what I mean? You can't like get like a big industrial.
They're all yellow.
Yeah.
Or
you
like-
have to bring them to a farrier.
Or do you like if you cut them off, they go peek, and like your t-shirt gets stuck to the wall. Like
yeah.
this. It's like a stapler gun.
My mum took terrible umbrage at me telling her she had hooves before.
We
She was
trotters.
raging, right? Because she was like, what? And I went, you don't have feet, but mummy, you have hooves. And she, right? And then I had
Cloven
said,
hoof.
oh no, she went on Facebook and tried to tell everybody and all like lies about me. Just like, but don't be listening to your Bronagh saying I have hoofs. She leaves dirty knickers in her room, and I was like, actually, I do that, but I mean, like, you still have hoofs.
Who doesn't? That's called. You put it in your laundry basket.
Yeah,
And will I tell you?
we hoofs. I
See,
used to go,
and see-
hear that funny sound? That's my hooves.
But see, if you're more entrepreneurially minded, you wouldn't have dirty knickers on your floor.
selling them.
You'd be selling them on eBay.
Anybody wants to buy my
You'd be,
dirty
sitting,
knickers?
you'd be
feel free.
living in a big 5-bedroom house in the middle of Belfast with a swimming
Laughing
pool.
all the way to the bank.
When I gets here,
Yeah.
sniff my knickers. No, you can't fucking afford.
I
to.
asked a girl that waxes me what the most disgusting thing she's ever seen is.
So bear in mind, this is a beautician place where you're going and someone's looking at your nethers, your Marys.
Yes. Now I've already said this.
Does she do men as well? Not
She
from
does do-
herself, like, because they can't be
She
bothered.
does. She gets men.
Sack whack and a back crack.
Yep.
What's sack whack and back crack?
Back sack and wax. Back sack and
Manscaped.
crack. Back sack and crack.
What did you call it?
Manscaped.
Manscaped. But you like a full.
Manscaped. They don't sponsor us, so I'll give you a
If
number.
you want to give us money,
If you want to give us a number, if you want to give us money,
We'll talk
Manscaped,
about smooth
we'll
balls
talk about
all
just
day.
all day long. But in the meantime, so I was like, does anybody like,
what's the worst thing you've
you know, because
seen?
you be paranoid, and the first wax that you ever get, the first full bikini wax you ever will get, you won't even feel the pain because you're too mortified about the fact
You're
that,
in your
like,
head.
Yeah, you have to get up on your knees and all.
Oh, do you?
Get everything done.
Oh, because of the back bits. Ah, okay,
Get
okay,
everything done, right?
okay.
And she said, "Oh no, like I've had girls come in who have blatantly just had sex."
What?
They've just had the raid.
Yeah.
But like,
What, they've been cream pied? They've
There's
like-
cream
so I was
pie
gonna
hanging
ask-
right out of them.
there's a pure snot there.
Yeah,
Cock snot there.
cock's not.
That's a neologism right there.
That is a neologism. Like, put that down.
Neologism.
Snaps. Patrick Sean has struck again.
Not the neologism.
I found the remote.
Swear
Swear
down.
down.
David is going to do our swear down this week.
I thought I'd give like a wee quick tutorial on swearing abroad. Ole!
Ole!
So like this is quite good. So like swearing, it's weird because swearing in Spanish, in Espanol, is
How
like,
to call someone a cunt without sounding like you're in the National Front.
maybe just but you like it's far more like they would say things just in their normal day that we would never say the equivalent of in English. Like it's far more. But one of my favorite things that they say is, so this is a really good one, right? Say after me, Me cago en.
Me cago in.
Me cago en. So that means...
Me cago in on Monday because it needs an MOT. Me cago in for servicing and not come back out again.
Me can't go in, my fucking stomach's running out of me.
Cago in, I was on a sauce last night.
Me cago en because the ski man's coming, so I have to stay in.
Yeah.
But like, so me cago en just literally means I shit on.
Right.
Me cago en
I
means I
shit.
shit on. And
I
you could
shit
use
on.
it for lots of things, but there's like a sliding scale of how bad things
There's
are.
definitely a website called mecagoin.com.
Mecagoin.com. So Mecagoin, so you could start...
Mecagoin because somebody shit me and I'm fucking stinking.
Mecagoin because I shit myself and I'm fucking sticking. But so there's like it's a sliding scale, so like you could have Mecagoin.
Sorry, can I segue here just for a brief moment? And yes, I am calling you out, Sam. We had our beautiful, lovely mate coming over from Wales there, and he's Kurt's friend, but he's also my friend.
Is he Welsh?
He is proper Welsh.
He's proper. That's totally
Right, and
lush. I love it.
I love his wee
I
accent.
love a
No,
Welsh accent.
He's adorable. And
Fireman Sam. Do you remember Ponty Bandy?
well, do you know what we did whenever my child was young and was
Norman
obsessed?
Price!
I'm convinced that Norman Price was the love child of Fireman Sam and Dillis.
Oh, totally. Where was Norman's dad? No
Yeah,
mention of him.
exactly.
Just because like
And Dillis was always like, "Who's
I have
Sam?"
a service user in my day work where we watch Fireman Sam and there's lots of Welsh and people will hear me going, Norman Price!
Yeah.
Ross!
Well, we used to actually ring Sam up to speak to our kid, our eldest, because he was obsessed with Fireman Sam. So he would hear Sam with the Welsh accent and be like, "It's Fireman Sam." But anyways, he was over there and I am behooved to tell you, but I fucking will. All right, you twisted my arm. Anyway, so we had a lovely wee day on Monday. Kurt wasn't working, stuff like that. And I was taking Sam about a wee bit, just for fry driving.
Take him out.
But the child was in the kitchen and I went,
Zeke?
yes, Zeke was in the kitchen, running about with a saggy nappy, and I went, Sam, I'm so sorry. You could smell the shite off the child, right?
Smell
And
your
I
child.
went, he was over. Sam was just talking away. And I went,
Me cago en.
Sam, lo siento, right?
Lo siento, mi niño se acaba encima.
Yeah, like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, no, it's fine. And I went, honestly, the smell of the shit is...
Bringing tears to your eyes.
And
Was
he
there
had-
ever any?
You know? So I lifted the child into the living room. He was like, I can't smell anything. You're all right. You're all right. I can't smell anything, he says. I brought the child into the living room.
Like, what else are you going to say? Like,
Well, I stripped the nappy off the child and there was no shade in it.
oh.
It was just a wet nappy.
So did you invent a shit smell?
No, Sam was farting. He was crop dust in the kitchen and it smelt of pure shite. And I said, I only cottoned on that night when he said, oh, I've been fatting all day. And I went, that's what that was. And he went, probably, yeah. And I went,
like a Massey Ferguson in
I
your kitchen.
actually berated myself as a mother because I thought, how can I let my child get that smelly?
And it was
your fucking howl the
It
whole
was
time.
your fucking
Yeah.
Welsh bells.
Yeah,
in
your
my
Welsh
kitchen.
bells. Yeah, Kurt said they were out in a bar and somebody actually went, mate, there's something fucking wrong with you or something not right there.
Give me the fuck off this tree.
To be fair,
Get me the fuck out this. Get me the fuck out this kitchen.
he was drinking Guinness the whole time he was here, so
Oh,
does not
Guinness
make it
shit.
for a nice.
Oh, I know, like
Yeah.
a pure.
But it was
black
hilarious.
as your boot
And
Guinness shake.
we're
the
not,
next
like,
day.
we're not-
Oh.
We're not like, precious
What
about
do
stuff
you
like that, so
call
we
the
just all
fucking,
laughed. It was hilarious.
like the first shit a baby does.
Oh, the meconium.
Mercurium.
I do fucking meconium straight after a whole night on the Guinness.
Aye.
Zero,
It's back, that's what it is like.
100% or 0% alcohol. They're all the same.
It sticks to your arse. All over the
you
baby's
you
bum.
need a red out after a
Yeah.
Guinness.
Yeah, well, there you go. So that was Sam. But you were saying, me go in.
Me cago in, yes, it has like a sliding thing of
Me go
how
into the
shit-
bathroom after
Me
Sam.
cago in. Me cago into the kitchen. Me cago talk to my child because I fucking blamed him on it. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Poor wee
Fucking everywhere I go, each fucking seagulls are cargo and all.
Aye. Fucking
cago.
Sorry, we've descended into
So you could say something like, ay, me cago en la leche. I shit
so
in the milk.
Shit in the milk.
Me cago en el mar. I shit in the sea.
Right, so I actually thought it would be I shit on you, but no, it's
So that's
anything.
what I'm saying. It's a sliding scale. So if you said me cago en la leche, that's like saying, shit.
Bollocks.
Bollocks. But then you could go really bad and you go, me cago en tu madre. I shit on your mother.
Oh, so that's
which
personal.
is pretty bad. And the worst you could say is, me cago en tus muertos.
I shit on your dead.
I shit on your dead. I shit on your ancestors. which is really bad. McGowan. But then sometimes you just go, you know where we would go in English, we would go sick.
Yeah.
You don't go fuck sick, you go sick.
Yeah, but if you're actually...
In Spanish, you
Do
go,
they say-
ay, McGowan.
Yeah, shit. Oh, so that's their sick?
You go, McGowan.
Yeah.
So it's me cago en la leche. You could say me cago en la puta. So if you want to be really, really personal, you say me cago en la puta madre que te parió.
I
which is
shit
like,
in your mother's...
I shit on the whoring mother that gave birth to you.
Right.
But it's a word that...
But the barrio is usually like a street. Like
no,
is it a
not
street
barrio,
corner?
barrio.
Barrio.
Patio. Patio.
Okay.
With a barrio, with the 2 R's. Barrio is neighbourhood.
Maybe they really don't like the Pogues. They're like, McGowan.
McGowan.
He fucking died on me. McGowan. Is there a country per McGowan didn't get thrown out of? Like he wasn't allowed back in Australia. They got
Was he
deported.
only allowed to be in Ireland? Burley.
He wasn't even Irish.
He was only allowed...
Well, he was. His family were Irish.
He was only allowed to be in Roscommon.
But he was
nobody
born in
really wants to
Birmingham,
put
wasn't
that
he?
anyway,
He was
like-
born, and he actually went to one of the Oxbridge schools. I think he went to really because of his intelligence. He get in on a scholarship, and he left.
But you
And
not
his
think
man dad said it's because he doesn't identify with these ponces. You know, like the
I would find that very... I think that,
British
like...
people.
Did you have people at school who... Like, at our school, we had, like, a whole... This is like a total tangent, but just you mentioned in Oxford, Cambridge. Our school... So I went to a grammar school. I went to Banbridge Academy, and, like, there was a whole, like, drive in our lower and upper sixth for people to go to Oxbridge.
Oh, yeah. I
have that?
I got picked for that.
Did you go to that?
It was meant to be... So every year there was like one person from lower sixth, one person from upper sixth got picked to do that program in each like grammar school around the north. Usually, like a couple of schools, like a lot of rural ones, turned it down because like you had to drive to Belfast to do it every week. So
what was it?
it was in Methody.
Because you had to go. You can't just do UCAS to go to Oxbridge.
No,
You have
it's
to
a
go and do
totally
that.
different
You have
thing.
to do a Viva. You have to go and you have to like have it.
You have to do a separate exam.
I know a highly intelligent lady now who I used to go out with her brother, and she did all her exams. It was the 90s, and passed all of her A levels. Applied to Oxbridge, they got in to either or, and didn't go. But she didn't want to go. She just wanted to prove that she could.
Yeah.
For Foxter, because like I don't think I would have thrived.
I hated the pageantry of doing it, but I liked to be like, fuck.
The personal challenge.
I was like, I can fucking do
I'm
this.
as
You know
good
what I
as
mean?
any of
Because
yous.
no one it was. So then see all the way there's loads of places. I think this is the way it worked out because loads of those rural schools turned down those
There was more
spots.
places for the
There's more
urban
spaces
kids.
for the ones in Belfast, and I think Methody took up most of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like loads of ones from Methody in the class, and then there was like one of us from St Mary's, somebody from St Malachy's, somebody from St Dominic's, and like a few other ones. And then at the end of the year, they bring you away to either Cambridge or Oxford for like a trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Any excuse for a wee fucking bus run. You know?
And
Spires, dreaming
Get you out of
spires
here.
of
And
Oxford.
Loads of the ones from from Methody sort of pushed off because it was easier for them to get a spot to do it. So they done it reluctantly, and most of the time didn't turn up for the classes. And then when it
Did
came,
you have like a whole Belfast wide?
Wait, what were the
thing.
classes? Were they teaching you how to say hi now, Frank? Hi.
no, you done like additional exams. So because you were preparing for like additional exams,
Oh.
Because like Oxbridge isn't just like any old university.
it's like
and if you apply
another.
for Oxford, you can't apply for Cambridge and vice
No,
versa.
you have to
Really?
choose.
You have to choose?
You have to choose you have to choose the specific course,
college.
Right.
the specific college and course.
And what you're going to be reading?
So mine was for physics.
I'm reading the Beano.
Hi.
So I remember. I think it
I'm
was.
reading the
Corp-
Bible.
I think it was
reading
Corpus
Miss.
Christi College, Cambridge, and I was applying for physics. I
Physics.
think, yeah.
You were going to get I
And-
can't even say physics without
Physics
getting
is-
fucking
And
physics.
I see you doing physics, so because
I
like you're
do.
so like
Do you like a bit of math?
you are like
Yeah.
Sean is very much the very marriage of like creativity and scientific mind.
Intellect.
Mm.
Do you not
Yeah.
think because like you've
He
got a
is,
very
yeah.
good organized mind, but then you're obviously very creative. Because
Yeah.
what people don't see is that you have a board that I generally keep in my head, but you write it
Yeah.
on the wall. Like you are organized. You have a thing on the wing like telling you what you need to do.
Yeah.
But you're also hugely creative. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
that's you're generally no, but I'm not blowing smoke up your hole. Like genuine, I'm just saying genuinely
Hold
you
on.
are that type of person. Some coconut flavored smoke. I don't know what flavor it is. I don't
It's
know.
red apple, actually.
Red apple smoke up your hole.
But
Here's a red apple.
Make it 50p.
Make it 50p.
but I was so I was called HE Plus, and I used to go every week.
That's
and
why you
do
didn't
the
get in.
courses.
Because you called it HE plus, not HE plus.
Your little shibboleth let you down.
You shibboleth yourself out of that.
Yeah.
And then you go and do like the wee trip at the end of the year to go and visit.
Did you stay in like the halls of Corpus Christi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That sounds like a wee song by Christy Moore or something.
I stayed in the halls of Corpus Christi and I found myself in the
see
pub. I don't know.
see the ones in because the ones in Maffley didn't really give a shit about it. Loads of them turned down.
Do you not think
the
that
trip
like, kind of like exposed their privilege?
a wee bit? Yeah.
Because,
And
like,
that's the way I perceived it. Like anyway.
Because you'd be like, I don't really care about going to Oxford because I probably have an unconditional offer for fucking Caledonian.
Yeah.
And you're
So
like, fuck you.
When it came to going to the trip, loads of them turned down the spot.
Yeah.
So then they turned around to all like the other fucking careers teachers and was like, "Does anybody else want to go on this trip?" And like naturally, all the fucking
Westies.
Westies were like,
Where's
"Fucking
everyone?"
rent." So like,
How much is it? Free? Fucking mommy, pack my bag.
so there was
Was it
like
free?
there was like all fucking Northern Ireland's fucking intellects.
Yeah.
You know, all playing over to Cambridge,
Yeah.
and about 10 Hallions from
All the
St
wee
Mary's.
fingers up to the window. Do you know what I mean?
But do you not feel...
And we ran
I
a
don't know,
cop.
sometimes I feel more... I don't know, maybe it's just because of that word.
They'll let one Hallion in to tick that box.
And
You know, they'll be like, we have one in.
We had our own thing at our school. Like we had a teacher who took everyone away in upper sixth coming up to that time when you would apply and go away. Like he would just take those 5 or 6 people who wanted to go to Oxbridge and he took them aside every week and they did like a wee class like that. But it was just in,
Yeah,
it
it was
wasn't
just
like
in.
It was in our school
But
and then he took them away and then I think out of that I think only 2 or 3 of them went to Oxbridge. Like they all went to uni, but they didn't all go to Oxbridge.
yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up
I got the same
decided not
results
to
as
do the exams.
I got the same results as the ones who got to Oxbridge. So I'm just saying.
Did you know?
I did indeed. I got the same A-level results.
Did you apply for one of them?
No, I played for Trinity,
Did you?
and I had to get like a letter that said
Trinity's probably snobbier than the both of them put together.
I wouldn't have thrived in those places. Like I really found my the friends that I have. We are very much birds of a feather, and we found ourselves at university. And I felt very much amongst other working. Like all of my friends are working class people who just don't forget their working class, but want more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Go-getters.
They're all very
Yeah.
ambitious people, all those people that I'm friends with. And I think if I had gone to Oxford or Cambridge, and this is not a slight
My
against those
imposter
places.
syndrome could not.
Bing, 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 bingo. Yeah.
Like, I had imposter syndrome just going to Derry. You know, like,
Really?
yeah, because obviously I did a drama course.
But you are so intelligent.
It's not, I studied drama. I did government criminology and then I went, what the hell am I doing? I want to do drama. I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
I was afraid of failing. And I went and I did the drama course. And whenever I went there, obviously the majority of the drama students were quite privileged.
because it's people who can afford to go, if this doesn't work, then I can probably get a job in daddy's
Yes,
company.
that's exactly what the majority of it was. Because I was talking about this.
And I'm not going to, and this is the thing as well, you know, people go, not everyone's like that. And you go, I'm not going to apologise for that view.
Yeah.
Because the way that arts funding and the way that the arts world is going at the moment, there was a small window between the 90s and the mid 2000s, a really small shining window of social mobility, in which I think has gone back to a 1960s, 1970s standard today.
And now
The
it's like,
arts
oh,
are-
uni isn't for everybody. And you're going, well, it's not necessarily, it shouldn't be prescribed, but if you want to go to uni, or just because you come from a certain background, you shouldn't be discouraged.
You shouldn't be discouraged. You should be, or the options for the people who don't go to university, who are, you know, going to go get a job, in a big company, that those opportunities should be everybody. It's not a meritocracy. Obviously, meritocracies have their. If you look at France, like France is a meritocracy, and there's like people who are such a bureaucratic country. There's no perfect system, but the system we have in which the disparity between people from working classes and like more. I always think middle class is a myth. If you're working for your living, you're a working class person. I don't care if you've got a big house, you've just got more shit to take away when you've got nothing and the bailiffs come.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
it's
true.
Just, I just think the middle class is a myth to
It's
make
a
you
state
think.
of mind, though.
It's a false aspiration to attain. So that
Middle
you
class
can
is
stop
taking place
watching
to try and get
upper-class
more
people.
conservative voters.
Yeah.
Do you want to know
know what I
what was funny though about all that HE plus stuff in the end?
Mm.
Their fucking faith in me was unfounded.
Really?
Because I ended up fucking failing physics and I didn't get into Queen's either.
Ah, babe.
But was
Fuck
that?
them
But
bastards.
had you like? Was it because you didn't do the work, or was it because
No, I like had a fucking mental breakdown.
you were doing all
the
this?
thing.
You were doing all this A levels, physics, blah 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 blah. Oxford.
I'd done 4 A levels instead of 3, and then
You were an overachiever.
I was also doing the HE plus stuff too.
Yeah, no,
And
you put too much on
As
you.
well,
burnt
I was
yourself
running
out.
a promotions company at the same time.
Why does that not surprise
Surprise me
me?
at all.
Why am I not?
Little
You're so.
entrepreneurial.
But you are very.
That
Sean
is
is very
fantastic.
much like
I was
An
doing
achiever.
the young entrepreneur program as well. Like,
Oh,
Do
get
you remember
away.
that? I didn't do that.
Well, do you know what? I went to study physiology until I realised what it was. I thought it was just people that made like Diet coconut. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought you were
and on that
Fizz, and then they were like, no, and I went, no, fuck that.
I'm not touching paper.
If
I
you
don't wanna
want,
see your
we
bits.
have a brilliant Patreon coming up for you because we have some fucking laughs to be had. We're doing the Scream Challenge. We're going to have a laugh with our Patreon, Sean.
Yes.
So if you want to join us for crack, August, like, kill. Yeah, we'll do a bit of kill too. Come and join us in the Patreon. We've had a bit of a serious conversation in this one, but I think we're going to be really whimsical on the Patreon.
I think we've been. This is going to be. It's a game of two halves.
Yeah, it's a game of 2 halves, isn't it?
they fought us all over. It is now.
It
It
is
is
now.
now.
Oh my God. Anyways, join us on the Patreon. We got ideas, man. Oh, and also we have input from our Patreons this week. The stories, the TMI stories that are coming up, you would not believe.
And TMI, never too much information.
Never too much information. Never. It's tell me immediately.
Tell me immediately.
Tell me immediately. Thank you. Tell your wee mabs asking about her.